Hey, y'all. Welcome to today's keynote. First and foremost, I am sorry that I did not come online yesterday. I had a busy day. A lot of clients and students are trying to get in those last sessions before the new year, so they'll be ready to run in January. So it's the next couple weeks are going to be very busy, but I have committed to coming on for 2 weeks straight every day. So that because I didn't get to come on yesterday, I will be on either twice today or I'll add another day to that. But if we have not already met, my name is Keandra Ward. I'm the founder of the KWI Collective. We're a marketing, public relations, and media firm located and based out of sunny Tampa, Florida. I was about to say California because most people say sunny California. Tampa, Florida. Inside of what we do, we handle marketing, PR, media, and we help where as a funding resource. And today's conversation is going to be about around the three major trends that I found. I've been doing a lot of research over the last couple months in the space of credit and funding. So I'll be coming on teaching in those spaces. However, I did want to look at what are the three major trends in the space of funding for entrepreneurs for 2026 so that we can be prepared. A lot of times we prepare the plan, but we don't prepare to receive the funding and what that looks like. So we're going to dig right in because I like these sessions to be no longer than 20 minutes and I have some things to cover, okay? So first and foremost, the one thing that I found is there are going to be a lot of alternative lending plus AI underwriting. So that means faster money with more receipts. So here's what's going to happen, and as a trend for 2026. You'll have more online lenders, which we can help you with. We have some research for that. Embedded finance, platform-based loans. They're expected to double by 2029. So that'll pass the $1 billion mark. In addition, AI driven lending software is pretty much now becoming the standard. We know that AI is in everything. So, of course, we'll see it in the finance space. So, this helps to automate applications, it speeds up the approval process, and it helps to handle underwriting from end to end services. So, what that means for us as entrepreneurs, it does speed up the process, but what you also have to understand is in the space of speeding up the process, scrutiny goes up too. Okay, let me say that it will speed up the process and scrutiny goes up too, which means lenders will pull data directly from your bank accounts, your payment processor, and accounting tools using those AI features. And you want to make sure that you are prepared. So you want to get your books and bank statements clean, no commingling, no wild swings with your money without explanations because they'll be able to pull it and see it faster. Okay. You want to pull tools into things like Wave, QuickBooks. You want to get an accountant and somebody that can help you if you need one. We have resources here for you. You want to have a business bank account and a payment processor. Okay. So also it helps us to be, when we're ready, it allows us to be ready for multiple offers. Make sure that your books are in order because they are speeding up the approval process utilizing the new AI tools in the industry. So in point number two, there's also going to be it's a little bit more non-dilutive, so it's a little bit more flexible capital is rising, especially with the things that are going on with the world with the removal of a lot of capital in some spaces. So people are finding different flexible ways to bring capital back into the marketplace. So you'll see micro loans, you'll see revenue based factoring for loans. You'll also receive and see private credit lenders. So when we look at revenue-based financing, it's growing fast as founders, they're looking for more flexible options. So you want to make sure that you have your books in order to be able to document your true revenue, right? And when we look at the steady growth of revenue financing and invoice, there is also loans and funding that's based off your invoicing. We have some options for that we can help you with. So you want to make sure that you're able to look and unlock cash based off of future sales and outstanding invoices that you have. There are financing and funding for that, okay, and options. You want to look at alternative lending overall. It's expanding because banks are even looking at how to stay tighter, how to show themselves as a viable lending option nowadays, other than other, some of your standards. And I've seen more opportunities to collaborate as well. So microloans and small ticket flexible products are being highlighted now. You've seen that. Now you guys have seen microloans $500,000 and $5,000. Very small microloans are something that's going to continue to grow within the next couple years. Now, what that means for us as entrepreneurs, we want to build predictable revenue streams. So you want to make sure maybe you are not taking retainers. That may be something you want to do. Being able to show contracts that you may have. If you have a subscription model, those are things that can show consistent and viable revenue and invoicing revenue. Okay. You want to keep your accounts receivable, your AR organized. Okay. Now, again, I am not an accountant. We help with people finding funding resources and accounting. So if you need one, I have some viable ones that I can refer, or some financial experts that I can refer you to help you with how to. This is just a resource. I just want to be a resource to share. So we have funding resources, credit resources, accounting resources that we can refer you to, as well as financial experts that we can refer you to as well. And so you also want to learn the effective cost of capital. What does that look like for you? How much do you actually need? And what do you actually need it for? And be able to articulate that very clearly and easily and have it documented so that if it is needed, you can pull it very quickly. Okay. Again, capital is getting way more targeted. Okay. Sorry about that. I thought capital is becoming way more targeted with AI. So when we think about, you have venture capitalists and startup funding has stabilized after the big turn down, and it's now kind of rebounding. So one of the things we want to look at, it's less about who wants money, and more about who fits the thesis of what we're trying to fund. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are looking for options that your brand fits with. Are you woman, diverse? Is it a regional type of loan or grant or funding? Look at those specifics that align with who you are, what you do. Okay. Is it green? Is it a sustainable product? Is it manufacturing? Look at what it is. So it's not who wants the money, but do you fit into who we want to fund? I've been a part of some organizations that have received grants, but the grantor only wanted to help businesses in these certain areas, and they are very specific states, and they couldn't go out of that. So it was very targeted. So you want to look for things like that. Now, so what that means for you is you want to make sure that your narrative and impact and what you do is very clear so that you can find funding that relates to who you are and what you do. Okay. You want to be able to track the amount of grants that you're. Now another thing is side note is tracking your grants. Like people are people are applying for things and just not even tracking and going back and testing and seeing. So you want to track grants. You want to look at grants, government backed funds, corporate impact funding and grants that are out there that match your niche. Okay. Not just things that are generic, that are small business money. You want to be the closer you can get to funding source that impacts your niche, the higher viability is, because they're looking for you already, right? So what I'd love for you to do is pick which lanes, that you definitely want to look at within your business, because most of us have several different business structures, right? So what area of your business do you want to find funding for, and begin to build your funding profile. Okay. So these are things that are going to be important for you to look for and look forward to for 2026 in the space of funding and preparing for funding. Now, this is a general conversation that we would love to have for you. You can schedule a complimentary consultation with me to really go through the funding options that you have. You can go to the kwиcollective.com and you'll see the ability are under our services tab, you'll see funding, and you can schedule a time for us to talk, because I really like to see, in some cases you may not be ready for funding because we need to work on your credit first. So whatever that looks like, let's begin to have the conversation, and we can be the resource to help guide you to your next. Now, again, we are not the funder, we are not the financial experts, but what I am is kind of that first stop for you to see where you are, and really do a suggestion and share what services we offer, our partners offer, that could help you build out your next. One of the things I want you to understand is my goal is to truly create a safe space for entrepreneurs to learn, earn, and grow, whether it is becoming visible through marketing and PR, or whether it is driving more income through funding strategies. And I have partnered with several organizations to be able to help people to do that, and really get into the space where we're not just talking about running businesses, we are effectively running businesses. So if you're watching the replay, I want you to go ahead and tap in #replay. I would love to know what you think about this information. And let's begin to have the conversations. My website is scrolling right down there, the kwicollective.com. You'll be able to find the information. And I would love to have those initial chats with you about your funding. All right. Listen, guys, we're at the brink of a new season. We're at the brink of a new year and brink of new opportunities and fresh starts. So let's go ahead and take the next couple of weeks and truly prepare ourselves in the space of marketing, public relations, and media. Additionally, on the website, if you are not a part of our community, the Backstage Pass community, you'll find the link to join the community. It is complimentary. I am going over all of these things in detail for marketing, public relations, media, and funding in that space. So if you want more information, if you want community to build around, I would suggest that you join while it's complimentary, because it may not stay one space. We have several spaces in our community, but this first space, the green room, is complimentary. And so I would jump in while the opportunity is complimentary for you to do so. Okay. So listen, guys, I hope that this has helped you. I hope it has given you a new perspective of what to begin to do in the space of funding. As you prepare your plans for 2026, I want you to also prepare your plans for funding. And always remember that you set the tone for your day, year, and life, guys. And I would love for you to make it a point to make it a great one. I'll talk to you guys soon.